Just when you thought the writing couldn't get any worse in these Expendables movies, the fourth one has a tagline of "They'll die when they're dead." Oh boy, can't wait to talk about this one. What's up guys, I'm Sully, and today we're talking about the fourth entry in the Expendables franchise. Not that the plot matters at all in these films, but the story this time around goes like this. Armed with every weapon they can get their hands on, the Expendables are the world's last line of defense and the team that gets called when all other options are off the table. And that might take the cake as the most generic plot synopsis I've ever read in my entire life. So I'll start this one off by saying that I absolutely love action movies. I'm a huge fan of the genre, going back to the classics like The Terminator and Die Hard, all the way up to what we get nowadays like the John Wick movies and Mad Max Fury Road. I love and consume all of it. I've never really been that hot on these Expendables movies though. They always have just seemed like a cash grab, and the formula is the same every single time. Just spend all of the budget on getting every single person that's ever been in an action movie before into this film, and spend none of the budget on the plot, the CGI, or the camera work. And it really seems like that trend continues throughout this franchise. And I feel like even if you have fun with it, you're still rolling your eyes and can't remember a damn thing about the movie the next day. Well, you're going to be rolling your eyes to the max with this one, because this fourth entry in the Expendables is the worst one we have gotten so far. And taking that one step further, this isn't even really an Expendables movie, okay? This is a Jason Statham movie from front to back. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Jason Statham. Those early Transporter movies are sacred in this household. But I was just kind of looking for like a messy team-up movie here, and I didn't get that. Even Stallone, the guy that created this whole thing from the ground up, he's in this for maybe 10 minutes. He stops by for a cup of coffee, that's it. And I understand maybe he just wants to pass the torch off to Statham this time around so that he can take the reins and run with this franchise from here on out. But every single actor you see on the poster of this movie is used so sparingly, they're nothing more than glorified movie extras at this point. And I just feel like that's going to confuse some audiences as to what they actually signed up for, because it definitely confused me. What sets these movies apart in the first place is the ensemble. We watch it for the cast, and this might be the lamest cast they've assembled thus far. So they're already fighting an uphill battle if there isn't decades of nostalgia around these stars that are going to get us excited to watch the movie. I mean, you get to see them in a role like this again, but it's even better this time around because they're doing it together. I mean, you look back and earlier in the franchise, they had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know who they have now? 50 Cent and Megan Fox. What the hell are we doing here? This is not good. So naturally, when you take a bunch of people that aren't awesome actors and pair them with a god-awful script, you're gonna get some of the most laughable performances you've seen in a long time. And let's be honest here for a second, most of the famous macho action heroes of the 80s that we love so much aren't that great of actors to begin with either, but that actually adds to the charm and the cheese of their respective movies. These people are even worse than them, and if this is what's considered serviceable in Hollywood today, I'm gonna have to start going to some auditions. And I'm not saying that I had absolutely no fun with this movie, that would be a lie. It definitely has its moments when it comes to the action, and it was a lot gorier than I was expecting it to be. But the scenarios our characters find themselves in are just so overused, uninteresting, and look like crap. I mean, why 80% of the movie took place on a boat is completely beyond me. That segment should have been like 20 minutes maximum. But that's why we're so spoiled when we get something like John Wick Chapter 4. The locations are constantly changing. There's new fighting styles and ways of filming scenes. It just keeps everything fresh. This movie is like a 2-day-old chicken parm. And I say that because yes, I have a 2-day-old chicken parm upstairs in my fridge. That might be my favorite meal ever, and it's probably still gonna taste fine, but it's definitely lost some of its flavor, and I'm just not as thrilled about consuming it anymore. And now I'm hungry, so we're gonna wrap this up. Overall, guys, Expendables 4 is a hollow shell of what the franchise set out to be back in the day. Not that any of those previous movies were all that great to begin with, but this one completely abandons anything that made them interesting and offers up one of the most cookie-cutter action films in recent years. The performances are awful, the villain is predictable, and you'll hopefully forget everything about it this time tomorrow. The action offers up some fleeting moments of fun and gore, but we definitely deserved better here, and my boy Jason Statham might need to start looking for a better agent. Expendables 4 gets a Sully score of 2 stars. So that's my review of the latest action blockbuster. What do you think the most underrated 80s action film is? Give me something you think I haven't seen before. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one.